Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 3. I'm the Mysterious JG. And I got a fully loaded soda ready to go. So let's get into action. We took out, I guess there was only one Banshee. Excuse me. I kind of remember there being some confusion about that in my Lost Play session. So maybe there was one that was just really resilient or kept getting its barriers back, and I was convinced there were two. Or maybe sometimes two spawn and sometimes one spawns, and I got lucky that only one spawned. Or maybe my squad mates took out one of the Banshees without me even knowing, which would be, you know, hey, fair play to them if that's the case. Regardless, we're going to move along with the story. This Banshee being trapped behind glass and not able to do anything to it. I don't know if we're meant to, from this, draw the conclusion that Cerberus has been working on creating Banshees, or what. There's a med kit. It's just as well. We actually managed to use some metagel to bring back Garrus before that battle ended. And it's hard to say whether or not that was necessary. Like, you know, critiquing my own performance, could we have kept Garrus dead and won and had him come back automatically free of charge? The answer is possibly. It depends on whether Garrus's revival, I don't remember him killing anything, but he did provide a target for those Cerberus troops that allowed us to kill them from behind. Unless that was Liara.
The pursuit of efficiency has revealed an important fact. The Reaper's use of Dragon's Teeth to create husks is ingenious.
Dragon's Teeth?
The Reaper nanites attach themselves to the adrenaline released and quickly move through the body to speed conversion to the final husk state.
It's hard to imagine what this place was like at full operation.
Creepy. The search for efficiency has revealed something interesting. Just-in-time inventory management will lower your overhead costs because you won't need to spend as much money on warehousing.
Dr. Nuri's legacy work with subject Paul Grayson provided a key element to our work here. Using the addictive drug red sand to break down the will was inspired, but proved unreliable for general application.
And expensive.
We've proven that adrenaline and its cross-species equivalents is most effective and efficient.
See, it's creepy that she has, like, energy nipples. Anyway, yeah, that joke about just-in-time inventory, I, for whatever reason, got off on this, like, accounting kick and tried to make a running gag out of, you know, drawing real-life terms from accounting and business management and supply chain management, because, you know, as some of you know, I'm a CPA. So, I'm throwing around this, isn't JG smart? Listen to me using terms from, like, business academia. And I think it struck me funny at the time. It's probably just as well that recording session got paused, because I really beat that whole thing. That's like, they're really efficient in their processing of these corpses, but wouldn't it be even better if they used Sigma 6 certified processes? You know, that kind of crap. So now we're trying to search the Cobra perimeter. .. Click on me to learn more. We'll come back to you, Miranda. Progress update. Rejected subjects have proven useful for preliminary genetic testing. The death rates are 100%, of course, but the data being gathered is critical to improving subsequent testing on viable subjects. This is the thing. I mean, you know, if it wasn't background detail to tell the player what was going on, you wouldn't realistically mention the death rates 100%. I mean, come on. Note, only approved personnel with Alpha 3 and above level security clearance are allowed access to the genetic waste testing area. Be aware that security breaches of any kind will result in immediate contract termination. Contract termination from Cerberus, I think, is more than just contract termination, if you know what I mean. This looks interesting. And moving on along.
Terminal's damaged. Hang on.
Let me
Reapers
use my
wanted this
hacking
place shut
skills.
down. Maybe we'll find out why.
I think
It
we
doesn't
know
make
why.
sense.
They're trying to...
Thought Cerberus and the Reapers were getting along.
They're not friends.
changed?
The Reapers are trying to wipe out all
There it is.
life. Well,
Heading to the tower to disable the communications scrambler. I have to get word out. Some refugees are turned into husks. Some are indoctrinated and shipped to the elusive man. Whoever's left is used in experiments. The data indicates that my father is trying to figure out how Reaper indoctrination works.
Tricking refugees with food and shelter only to turn them into test subjects. And for what?
For what?
Draw them in and throw them in a meat grinder.
Yeah.
Note that she mentioned shipping indoctrinated refugees to the elusive man. We can use that to find him.
Well, you're the
Good
Shadow
catch.
Broker. Shouldn't you already know?
Come on. Miranda said she was headed to the tower.
The Tower of Babel. Finishing move of Naughty Empire. Now that I think about it, Shepard's comment, Cerberus and the Reapers have been getting along till now. What changed? It does make sense because, although the characters aren't really directly commenting on it, I think the player, if they've been paying attention, is meant to be asking the question, is the elusive man, or Cerberus in general, indoctrinated? That has to be the question that you're asking. I mean, the game basically tells you when the VI, the Prothean VI, says indoctrinated presence detected when Kai Lang begins to approach. But yeah, the fact that the Cerberus seems to be fighting this counteraction, like hindering the ability of other forces to resist the Reapers, also suggests that they're indoctrinated. So I think even the game has been not that direct about it, which the first time I played through I assumed meant. I think I can talk about this without giving away the ending to anyone who doesn't know. What I assumed as I played through the game the first time, we've gotten this far in without any of the characters speculating that the elusive man was indoctrinated. I thought, oh, well, the elusive man is indoctrinated, and it's supposed to be a twist later. It's just a twist that's fairly easily foreseen. And because the game is fairly lengthy, and because there's all these DLCs you can do to make it even lengthier, they probably didn't realize, or found out too late, that man is a feeling creature. They found out too late how obvious that was, and they'd already structured the game. So yeah, eventually you find out he's indoctrinated. Wow, big shock. But then I started to think, well, you know, because if the characters talked about the fact maybe he's indoctrinated in, like, Act, say, 2, then clearly he can't be indoctrinated. Something else would have to be going on. At this point, though, it is interesting because you have to think, well, okay, so we're operating under the assumption, based on what we know about how these games usually work, nobody's mentioning he might be indoctrinated. There's clues he is, so he probably is, and we're supposed to feel like geniuses for figuring it out before the game tells us. But if the elusive man and Cerberus are indoctrinated and are truly servants of the Reapers, then why would the Reapers be attacking this base? Where the elusive man and his cronies are actually kind of doing the Reapers' work for them by creating husks and strengthening the force, which seems to be under Reaper control. And the answer to that question is potentially more complicated and more interesting. And I'll tell you the truth, because these games are so freaking long, and I was so shockingly appalled at how awful the original ending was before. I've never seen the full extended ending, but like the ending that came with the game before they decided, based on fan outcry, to create a DLC, a free DLC extended ending. The ending is so abrupt. It's like it's less involved than like a typical plot sequence at the end of a regular mission, the end of the entire trilogy. I think I was so blown away by that I never really went back and thought about it, so I don't actually remember how a lot of these questions resolve. So there's that. But yeah, it's a good question. At this point, I'm kind of assuming I almost called him the indoctrinated man. The elusive man's got to be indoctrinated, right? I mean, nothing else makes sense. He's like, or he's super evil and is trying to like use the Reapers for his own ends, but that seems like Saren was kind of doing that. He thought he was in control of the situation with Sovereign and was like, oh, well, by being useful to the Reapers, we will be spared. And, you know, he was indoctrinated, and that was the line of thought that the Reapers gave him, so that, you know, the more overt, this is established early on, the more overtly they control their subjects, the more they degrade their subjects' neural patterns, and basically, to exert total control, you turn them into a mindless zombie. And if you just kind of manipulate them, they can still be effective and think for themselves and come up with cool shit. And yeah, the elusive man is like in this, it seems like he's in this dance where maybe he's been influenced by the Reapers and is struggling to maintain some level of control, but there's no precedent in this game series for someone who's been touched by the control of the Reapers and is able to eventually fight them off and maintain control. But maybe things are changing. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't make a lot of sense that... It didn't make sense until we started getting clues that the Cerberus forces are indoctrinated, that the Reapers weren't attacking them. And now that we've got all these clues that the Cerberus forces are indoctrinated, it doesn't make sense that suddenly the Reapers are attacking them. So something's got to give, because it's not quite making sense right now. Something has to give. We already read you. This is the way to proceed is up here, I believe. Well, there's certainly more combat over here. I didn't believe it tell you to pull off of that wall. I don't see who we're fighting, but the music is definitely suggests we're fighting.
Tight quarters. Check your fire.
Say my squad mates didn't see who we're fighting either, because they're not. Okay, let's get in here. Maybe I shouldn't have got in there. Ooh, barrier, and I hate these things. There's another one up here. Got missed. Didn't miss it twice though. Somebody's got an angle where they can hit me. Are they coming up from behind? Or I'm just not in good cover. Damn. Completely mistimed that, and then totally misaimed. That sucked. How are you still alive, you son of a bitch? Cannibal, cannibal. Oh man. There must be another, has to be another one of those barrier things, because cannibals would normally get barriers. But I'm not seeing where one would be. And I'm blinded by the light. Can't remember the next line, but it's another something in the night. Well, I feel like I handled that abysmally, and yet we still won. So I'm not gonna complain about that. Think we left some ammo down here. Yep, we did. Let's grab that. Sergio, be real. Whoa. Can't talk all of a sudden. This looks interesting, but I'm not going to bother to check it out now. It's a new submachine gun. Suppose before we begin the very, very end game, I should try to level up to 5 my favorite weapon of each category, so that even though, as I've noted before, the benefits to your squad mates are rather limited, because the biggest thing, the reduction in weight, is such a big deal in what the upgrades to. You upgrade the Black Widow from 1 to 2, the decrease in weight is a big part of it, and increase in ammo capacity, and those are two things I don't think affect your squad mates. But I should still probably try to pick the shotgun I'm going to give everybody, because I don't usually have, okay, well, Tali will use this shotgun, and James will use this shotgun. I'll probably just pick the weapon type of each kind that I prefer the most, and upgrade it to the max. Or at least the weapons that Ash and James use. So that would be assault. Well, Ash is just going to use the sniper rifle, which I've already got upgraded for Shepard. So it'll be basically the shotgun and the assault rifle.
We're very close. Understanding the indoctrination process is one thing. However, turning it to our advantage is proving to be quite another. This is assembly line science. The sheer brute force of numbers and repetition is doing the thinking for us.
And so are the Reapers.
But discovery happens at a pace.
You know, considering the evil things he's involved with here, Miranda's father seems fairly reasonable. Sure, we're using evil alien technology to take over humans, but I don't like the way we're doing it. It seems like we're not using the best method. I'm a scientist. Blimey. What else was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, yeah, and in our research, we're finding out ways to control men using Reaper technology, but women... Who can control women, am I right, fellas? I think I thought of that because of another Mystery Science Theater, the Castle of Fu Manchu. Using our technology, we will control men. But women, who can control women, am I right, fellas? Okay, that was not what I meant to do.
Creating these husk creatures was our first success.
Pretty sweet, huh?
While not true husks, they still respond to Reaper signals.
How are they not true?
More work ahead, but we are moving forward.
We're making good progress in our evil, evil plans. So it's not here, it's in a future room. But there will come a point where these weird-looking chambers, there's like a puzzle. We gotta keep playing with switches. To open one that has loot in it. Oh my god. Blimey, and here I thought I was a good Sheila for supporting me down. In an effort to streamline our waste elimination process, a high-grade liquefaction compound has been added to the alkaline hydrolysis disposal systems. Our goal is to ensure that our processing systems can meet the expected processing ratios as more subjects arrive at this facility. As a result, personnel must wear level 4 hazmat suits at all times within this disposal area. See, it was my intention to make him Australian, but instead I made him sound like the Dear Mum. There's this voice off of Liquid Television, TV show on MTV back in the day, the Dear Mum guy, and he became the Sage in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I have to go back and play the DLC for that eventually. All right, what is it now, Miranda?
Resistance outside the tower.
Just like she knew we'd be following us watching these videos.
Confirmation that my father is working for the elusive man.
He's such a jerk.
Connection established.
I have your report on the process, Mr. Lawson.
Yeah, this is totally like Miranda's like, I'm collecting this evidence for anyone who might be following me. Shepard.
The Reaper subjects we converted are responding, but it's difficult to maintain.
I thought that might be the case. Not to worry, Henry. With Sanctuary's help, we'll get it sorted.
Oh, thanks, man.
To exert control over Reaper forces. Amazing.
I'll play the rest of it.
I'm not sure why I stopped when I did.
We've done it. We've found a way to co-opt their control signal.
Thanks,
As
Henry.
long
Why
as
did
the
we
Reaper
break off
troops
when we
remain
did?
in close proximity to our signal, we can maintain control indefinitely.
Are you getting that, camera?
And how could we extrapolate this technique to apply to the Reapers themselves?
That's a much bigger challenge.
And one that doesn't really make sense.
Now we know why the Reapers attacked Sanctuary.
They found out what Cerberus was up to. Bad news for the elusive man.
But good news
But it's
for
good news
distraction
for us.
boobies. I mean,
We
wait.
finally have our link to Cerberus. Lowering the access ladder. Come on, let's move.
Wait, Shepard, there's more here.
Oh, why did I stop?
Damn it. I hope she's ready.
Yeah, anyway, that's not a good sign. I thought we were supposed to call her and warn her. But, what was I thinking? Basically, what, Miranda's dad has discovered is how to, like, manipulate the control signals the Reapers use to control husks, so that Cerberus can control husks. And I was like, yeah, cool, I'm glad you guys figured that out. Because, you know, even if Cerberus aren't the nicest guys in the world, they're humans. Which is better than having Reapers controlling the husks. The problem then becomes just like, Elusive Man's like, excellent, now how can we use that to control the Reapers? And like, we can't? It's like, we figured out how the radio transmits to the radio-controlled car. So now we can take over that little kid's radio-controlled car. And the Elusive Man's like, excellent, now how can we use that radio control signal to control the little kid? And he's like, we can't. The radio signal is for controlling the car, not for the kid. We figured out that pulling the trigger is what fires this gun. How can we use that technology to control the shooter? What? Team Malenko? Alright. Hey, Spore Pod. Oh, great. Ah, great. These guys.
Look for an exit.
Oh, fudge. Okay. We got barrier engines. These guys are going to be a major league pain in the ass without taking those down. So it's kind of important that we take them down. Might as well use sticky grenades. I mean, when else am I going to use them? Another barrier thing causing issues. He just won't go down because I can't... I keep hoping I can just get rid of him without getting rid of the barrier thing, but... Thank you. And I gotta get out of here. Don't give a crap about this. Ah, fuck you, man. Why would you throw a grenade right there? Oh, because it interfered with my plans. That's why. It's a good strategic move. Oh, no. I didn't know there was another one of you guys hanging out. Did I not get rid of the main one that I thought I'd taken out is still there? Not a good use of the starting gun, but I don't feel like switching weapons right this second. Oh, all my allies are down. All your base are belong to us, eh? After doing so well at that battle that I considered really challenging earlier, I kind of don't want to... I don't know where all the barrier boosts are coming from. Cannibals can be dangerous, especially because of the grenades, which I'm not always good at evading. I mean, all of these guys can be dangerous, but obviously the biggest issue there would be dealing with the Ravagers. With the Ravagers gone, we're a lot closer to successfully dealing with this. There's another Ravager, so the Ravagers aren't gone. And I can't act like they are and wander around outside of cover. Incinerate him before he gets another barrier. And go back to searching the perimeter, because that was it. Matter of fact, instead of searching the perimeter, let's end the video. This one might also be a little on the short side, but it's a good point to stop for me. So we're going to stop. When we come back, I'm very low on ammo now, so hopefully we'll be able to recover our ammo stock. But yeah, don't know if it's the greatest video ever as far as me going off on weird tangents about stuff. But you know, like I said, compared to the Lost videos, I think I've spent a lot less time trying to get comic mileage out of the fact that I remember some terms from business school. Yeah. And combat-wise, yeah, no critical mission failures so far. To my mild surprise, I didn't remember having much trouble with this section, but that last one with the Banshee was a bit of a bitch. So we'll see if we can get smooth sailing all the way through this thing. Smooth sailing, folks. We'll have Ribbon Plus. Ribbon Plus Constant Slow Effect. It's a Hypello item, so anyway, sorry. Talk about going off on weird tangents. Anyway, I'm the Mysterious JG. Thank you guys very much for watching this short video, which didn't turn out that short after all, because I kept talking. And when we come back next time, we are going to search the perimeter.